Hello, we are here with a trio. We're back. And this time, I want to put a disclaimer. This could get dark, this could get graphic. And we are going to talk about one of the darkest places of American true crime. And it's kind of a popular topic right now, Ed Gein. And I want to just play this little clip. You really probably won't be able to understand what he's saying, but I just wanted everyone to hear his voice. So I'm going to play just the tiniest bit of this just so you can hear what he sounds like.
What's your name? Was the sexual part. That ended. And that when they died, I think put the thing over it. Is there anything like When did this start?
So that was him at the end. Again, I don't think anyone's going to be able to hear exactly what he was saying, but that was from a police interview after they arrested him for murder.
Yeah, you have probably heard his name whispered along the Psycho, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Silence of the Lambs. Ed Gein was a very real man, though. His crimes shocked everyone around the world. We both watched the Monsters Netflix show on Ed Gein and also both watched a YouTube documentary that was Unseen Confessions from the Real Life Psycho.
Yeah, and it's weird because he wasn't a serial killer in the traditional sense, but the stuff that went on inside that house, it changed how America thought about horror, both on screen and in real life. Obviously, Amy just said several movies that were made kind of loosely based off of him.
Yeah, I mean that it made a lasting imprint. And let's go ahead, let's just start at the beginning. Edward Theodore Gain was born on August 27th, 1906 in La Crosse County, Wisconsin. He was the second of two sons born to George and Augusta Gain. Almost messed her name up.
And his father, George, so he was an alcoholic and mostly unemployed from what we've seen or read. And his mother, Augusta, so she ruled that house and she ruled it with fear. She ruled it with religion. She was extremely controlling and she was obsessed with the idea that women and sex were sinful.
Eventually, she moved the family to a remote farmhouse in Plainfield, Wisconsin. That's where she
Isolated.
isolated, thank you, Don, Ed and his brother Henry from everyone else. She read them passages from the Bible, mostly the Old Testament, and that was all just about punishment and sin.
Yeah, it's like she wanted to create this world where only her beliefs existed. And unfortunately, Ed worshiped her. She was his entire universe.
Exactly. And when his brother Henry kind of started questioning what was going on and what his mother was trying to teach the two of them, that really infuriated Ed, and he defended his mother.
Yep. And then in 1940, Ed's father died from heart failure, probably due to alcoholism. And then after that, Ed and Henry, they took some odd jobs around town. They did things like handiwork, babysitting, which is a little odd.
I'm
And
really
they,
confused by the babysitting.
right? And they did things like farm labor.
Yeah, the people in Plainfield actually thought Ed was kind and pretty much harmless. He was quite polite, maybe a little strange, but they didn't think that he would ever do anything like this and considered him to be a pretty trustworthy guy.
Yeah. And then in 1944, tragedy struck again. Henry died during a fire on their property. And it's not confirmed, but they did say that the circumstances were kind of weird.
Right. Yeah, it was very weird. The fire burned through a marsh And when they found Henry's body, he had bruises on his head. Ed claimed that it was an accident, but there were whispers that maybe it wasn't. Authorities, of course, never proved that, but some thought Ed might have had something to do with his brother's passing.
Right. And then with Henry gone, now Ed was completely alone with Augusta. And then, probably just from the stress of Henry, obviously not proven, but she suffered a stroke soon after. And then Ed cared for her until she died in December of 1945. And you can only imagine, obviously, her death devastated him. And some people think that just kind of broke his mind.
Yeah, he went as far as to board up her room and a few other rooms in the house. He wanted to keep them exactly the way that she had them, sort of like a shrine. But if you would look at the rest of the house, it was trashed.
Right. And then with his mom gone, he started slipping into this obsession, and he started reading these magazines, books about anatomy, Nazis, and super casual reading about cannibalism.
But yeah, and eventually that led him to digging up graves in the local cemetery. He admitted later that he'd go out late at night and exhume recently buried women who reminded him of his mom.
He'd bring these bodies home, and then this is where it gets graphic and horrifying. He would use their body parts to make things.
He was quite the artistic fella. He made furniture, masks, even clothing. Police later found lampshades made of human skin, bowls made from skulls, and he even had a belt made out of nipples in his collection.
I like how you call them artistic fellow. Kind of
I
true.
mean, that's, yeah, had a
But
vision.
yeah, it was like something clearly out of a nightmare, but
Mm.
real. Plainfield was a really small town, so no one expected that Ed Gein was living in this house of horrors.
No, and in 1954, local tavern owner Mary Hogan went missing. Her bar was empty, but there was blood on the floor. No one had any idea what had happened to her until 3 years later.
And that date, November 16th, 1957, Bernice Warden, so she owned the local hardware store in town, and she disappeared. Her son, Frank, he came back to the hardware store that afternoon, and he found blood on the floor and the cash register was gone.
Suspicion immediately turned to Ed. He'd been one of the last customers in the store and had told Bernice that he'd return in the morning for antifreeze.
And then when police went to his farm to question him, dun dun dun, they didn't just find that evidence. They found the craziest scene. Bernice Warden's body was actually hanging in the shed, gutted like a deer. And in the documentary, the police had said that it was nighttime. And so they thought it was a deer. But then when they looked closer, it wasn't.
No, no, it was not a deer. And when they moved to the inside of the house, they discovered the remains of at least 15 women. Though Ging claimed he'd only killed two, Bernice Warden and Mary Hogan. The rest, he said, were dug up from the graves.
Ed Gein was arrested immediately, and when questioned, he was calm, almost childlike, and hopefully you heard that on the little clip that I played. He was very calm,
Mhm.
and he seemed confused about why everyone was so horrified, and I think that he maybe thought that since these people were already deceased, that he didn't really do anything wrong. I don't know, that's just kind of what I guess.
It kind of sounds like You might be right. Psychiatrists quickly declared him mentally incompetent. In 1958, he was found unfit to stand trial and sent to Central State Hospital for the criminally insane in Waupun, Wisconsin.
So he stayed there for over a decade. And then at that point, doctors said he was competent enough for trial. And in 1968, he faced the court. And that was for the murder of Bernice Warden.
He waived his right to a jury. The judge found him guilty, of course, but legally insane. So instead of prison, Ed was sent back to the Central State Hospital.
And he actually lived out the rest of his life in mental institutions. They said he was quiet, compliant, and even helpful to the staff.
Well, it probably didn't hurt the fact that he was assessed and medicated. Yeah,
True.
he really liked reading, painting, and doing chores. When people visited or asked questions, he acted like he didn't understand what the big deal was. The doc he said he seemed to thrive better because of the structure he got.
That makes sense.
It does.
And then he died on July 26th, 1984. He was 77, and he died from respiratory failure due to cancer.
And get this, even his grave became a curiosity. People chipped away pieces of the headstone until it was eventually stolen in 2000. It was recovered in 2001 and placed in storage.
And he doesn't have a headstone because our friend Tim, in the presence of others paranormal, goes to his gravesite on a regular basis, and there is no headstone there.
No.
So, as we know, his crimes inspired some of these horror characters slash movies. Amy talked about them earlier. Norman Bates in Psycho, Leatherface, which is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, but he never set out to be evil in a cinematic sense, but his warped devotion to his mother and total psychological collapse made him one of the most studied criminal cases in American history. I know it's going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I do have empathy for him.
I
I
totally
do.
get it. I do.
Yeah,
The I have such a hard time, and I think we talked about this before. So the things that his mom did clearly messed with his head.
right.
And listen, I feel horrible that she did that and all that. So I do,
He was ill too, though.
I know. Yeah. I think, but aren't all murderers? I just have a hard time. I'm kind of like, okay, you turn 18, you're an adult now. And listen, this was a long time ago. It's different than it is now. But you turn 18, go handle your shit. Like, go get your brain fixed. Go get your mental illness looked at and assessed and go talk to someone. I don't know. It's obviously, I feel that way because of what happened in my family, but
Right.
I totally understand what you're saying.
I mean, my question is if he had had the support he needed and a little bit different of a raising, could this have maybe been another outcome?
Right. Could it have been
Yeah.
prevented? Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I think that whenever we have mass murders, which is like every day now,
Mm.
I wonder about that. If there was early intervention in school or something.
Something. I don't know the right answers, but something.
Yeah. And then also, he was isolated. He was out. His mom moved them out to the middle of nowhere. And then what you said, mental illness. And I don't know, it's like super chilling, not just because of what he did, but he's the quiet man next door, which makes it like this could happen to anyone at anywhere, anytime.
Exactly. The monster wasn't hiding in the woods per se. He was living in plain sight.
Yeah.
right with the rest of the community. When he was
Creepy.
arrested, he was having dinner with his neighbors.
Right? Yeah. And I don't know how else to say this, and I'm like the direct one, so I'm just going to say it. On a level of 1 to 10, Ed Gein is a 10 out of 10 for me. He's my favorite serial killer, if you will, because this is next level and I find his brain fascinating. Obviously, not in a I love serial killers way.
Right,
Just,
right, right.
you know what I mean.
There's a lot to him and the things that he did that the normal person doesn't understand. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
do.
It's not
How can
just I murdered someone and left their body and went home. Like, this is
right.
different.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, and even if you take out, which we're not going to take the murders out because that's very, very important. And yeah, it's just awful. But for someone to think that it's okay to go to a cemetery and dig up people, get what you want from there, or either just take the whole thing. It's not like a shopping center. That to me is what can make a person think that's okay?
Well, and it makes me think too, the part where he was reading those books about Nazis and whatnot, cannibalism and all
Mhm.
that. When you combine that with mental illness, this is probably where we get a lot of current day mass murderers. You know, they have something mental going on and then they're reading all this wacky, outrageous shit on the internet all the time. You know, there you
It's
go.
like it's like a switch gets flipped,
Right.
and it's yeah, I get what you're saying. Maybe there's a switch per se, or however you would like to call it, that gets flipped, and then you become the monster. Or yeah, you're not just Ed Gein anymore
Right.
because
Speaking
we
of
know
monsters.
he. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of monsters. Uh, of course, when you go into a store or a show like Monsters, we've seen them. There's several of them now. And what Lizzie Borden's coming up next, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we see them. They aren't made to go with what actually happened. Of course, it's dramatized and it's made to sell. The whole time that I was watching, though, I'm fact checking. I don't this just wasn't my favorite. We did finish it, Shannon and and I was confused part of it, for one, all the flip-flopping back and forth in the scenes, and I don't know. What do you I know you haven't completely finished it, but what do you think?
So I watched 4 episodes, which I think is about
Mhm.
half of the series.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes.
Okay, so I'm halfway through. I really, really enjoyed the first Monsters. It was the Jeffrey Dahmer one with Evan Peters. And I feel like, and maybe I don't know if I'm just remembering it wrong, but I feel like that one was slightly more factual. And then we got to the
Menendez
Menendez
brothers.
brothers, yes. And admittedly, I watched the first one and got pissed because you and I had covered them, and I just know how off they were making the brothers look, and I got irritated and only watched the first one. So I got through 4 of them for Ed Gein, and it's very, very not factual. I don't know the percent, 10%, I don't know. And I just feel like, sure, you and I are sitting there, and I know other people who said the same thing. They were on their phone checking facts, but not everyone's going to do that. And I know it's a show. It's not a documentary. I get that. Can we even just do like 50-50 reality?
We've discussed this before. Like, at what point when you go to remake a show and put an actual individual's name tied to it, I'm gonna say it, how disrespectful is it to add that much junk?
Yeah. Don't even put
The
their name
victims,
attached,
yeah,
If it's only going to be 10% factual, why did just make a show about a random person?
yeah, because I mean, you can watch Psycho, you can watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's different. You know, okay, they made it with that idea in mind, but I don't know. I was just so disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed.
Yeah. And Ryan Murphy, so he did, well, he does American Horror Story, and he's done a ton of things. One of my favorite shows of all times was Pose, and Ryan Murphy did Pose. I just the last, I don't know, half of the seasons of American Horror Story didn't do it for me. I stopped watching, honestly. And again, this first Monsters I did enjoy, and then these last two I just didn't. It's for me, I always feel like Ryan Murphy starts out strong and then falls off somehow. I don't know.
Uh, I am interested to watch the Lizzie Borden one though and see what direction they take, but Ed Gein's didn't do it for me.
No.
Well, I
But
agree with you. It was probably about 10%
yeah,
actual facts.
yeah. He didn't have a girlfriend, and that was like such a huge part of of the series. And I do know a lot of people who didn't like, in fact, I don't know any, well, I know one person who did like it. The whole split of Anthony Perkins' Psycho was a
Yeah.
whole different storyline. It was like two shows in one, and most people did not like that.
Yeah, if you're listening and you thought it was good, that yeah, I get it, like, how somebody could watch that, enjoy it, but I more so look when I hear the name, I more so look for his actual story than all, the extra stuff. So that's why it disappoints me so much.
Right. And I get that. I think we're too close to it doing what we do,
Mhm.
and then
I
you
like
get,
facts and actual history.
yeah, exactly. Yep. And then
That's just me.
The Good Note, the documentary, which was on what was it called? Give me a second.
Confession
It was called
uh,
Unseen Confessions from the Real Life Psycho
Real Life
on
Psycho, yeah,
YouTube.
and it was pretty good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we that was it what I watched directly after Monsters. I was looking for something that was long enough that you could actually have enough information and go back and forth. I did see one on there where they were comparing the facts with what actually happened and what they said happened on Monsters. I just didn't watch that one. I went ahead and chose this one.
Yeah, it's short. It's under an hour, so it's an easy watch.
49 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And that's I'm more, I guess, a facts person. I don't know. Yeah.
And I mean, they actually have interviews as well, and I like that.
Oh, and there is the show. So I think I talked about this before too, MGM Plus, and they have, I think it's 4 parts. They have a show where that clip that I played came from, and I think it's called either The Lost Tapes or like Real Confession or something like that. And I
I
think
think I've seen that.
no, you couldn't find it.
I
But it's on
no, it's just
MGM
never mind.
Plus, and then I think also it was on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it still is, but that's where if people really want a great longer form series to listen to that is factual. Although there are these guys on there that have a podcast that are kind of annoying. So just know they're on there. I don't even know who they are, but the rest of it was amazing. And they played lots of parts from this interview of him when he got to the jail.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's the stuff that I would rather hear. People that knew them, knew the victims, him, you know?
I know. And the thing is, I love shows and movies and all of that, especially in what would be considered like the horror genre. But I think just knowing this story so well just kind of tainted monsters for me. But maybe if someone isn't so close to the story, doesn't paranormal investigate, doesn't have a podcast, maybe they would absolutely love it and it would be their favorite show ever.
Yeah, absolutely. But as for our podcast, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow us and leave a review. We've got more of these deep dives into true crime, and it's going to be coming soon. I can't wait to share and experience the things that we're getting ready to come up with.
I know. And we've started doing also more actual missing and true crime cases, like current ones, just to try and get the word out there and I don't know, see if we can help in any way on any of these cases. So if you haven't heard our last two episodes, those are both unsolved cases.
If you listen to anything, go back and listen to those for sure, because maybe you can help.
Yeah, we're trying to do our best and help other people out here when we can.
That's
But
what it's
yeah,
all about.
do you want to rate? What do you rate monsters?
I'll give it a 5. Um, it was a it was okay. I just hate that it just threw all the extra junk in there. I hate that. I just hate that. There was still some pretty good parts to it. It did catch my interest here and there, but yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 5.
I think I'm going to say the same. And mostly based off of the acting and the sets, which were both amazing. So
Yeah.
I'll give props where they're due.
I mean, yeah, if you wanna go and look at it as in yeah, everything looked great.
And
They did
then,
pretty good with that.
yeah, exactly. So as always, we don't ever say don't watch something.
No,
These
go
are
watch it.
just our opinions.
Who
And
are we to tell you not to watch
yeah,
something?
there were good things about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 5. I just rate it so low because there was a lot of extra added along with the fact that his name is tied to it, and there's actual individuals who suffered at his hands, whether it be actual victims or family members or just the town. So that's one of the things that really bothers me about monsters.
Yeah. And what about the documentary?
The documentary was good. I did like that. Definitely go back, give that a good watch. I give it a good 7.
Okay. And I'll
7,
just say it
8,
again.
yeah.
YouTube, Unseen Confessions from the Real Life Psycho. Amy just upgraded to an 8.
Yeah, maybe an 8. That was a pretty good one. I did enjoy watching that. There was, little more deep diving into his family. I would still like to know more about his dad. I haven't found anything yet. If I find something more geared toward his father, I'll share it with you since we're gonna be running on him for a minute. But yeah, I'd like to find out more about his father.
Yeah. And I'll do 7.5 because it did cover a lot, but there was a lot that it didn't cover as well.
True.
But if you're looking for facts in a quick watch that's under an hour, it's a 10.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely worth the watch, especially if you would like a quick rundown or maybe just an introduction into Ed Gein and who he was and what kind of crimes he committed.
Exactly. This is perfect for that.
It is, yes.
And then in, I guess, 4 weeks, then we will cover another Ed Gein on the paranormal side. And we're really hoping, if you're listening, Tim, you need to join us for that episode.
Yes, we do need Tim
Yep,
if, he can fit us into his schedule.
we're going to try.
Yeah.
But all right, we will meet back here in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening. Next week will probably be another true crime, maybe missing person type episode. We haven't really decided yet, but look for that in 2 weeks. And thanks, everyone.
Go back, listen to our other missing persons episodes, the last two. You definitely want to go. Maybe, like I said, maybe you have information that can help solve those cases. And just, yeah, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.